So now you know what is time period, what is semi-major axis, what is proportionality, and how one can form ellipse from the conic section. Now you are able to understand the third law of Kepler. And what was the Kepler third law? The Kepler third law stated that the square of the time period taken by a planet is proportional to cube of semi-major axis of the concerned planet. Okay, let me explain it. So this is Sun, and the nearest planet to Sun is Mercury, then Venus, then Earth, then Mars and so on. बिकॉज मेरा पेपर फिल हो गया तो मैं इसके आगे नहीं ले सकता. सो दिस इज सेमी मेजर एक्सिस. इफ यू फॉर्म कंप्लीट इलिप्स, you know the sun will be here at some place at one of the focus, and this is complete major axis, and half of this major axis is semi major axis. Okay, the sun is here at one focus. Let's suppose this is A1, this distance is A1, this distance is A2, this distance is A3, and this distance is A4. A1, A2, A3, A4 are semi major axis. Axis का plural axis. So and suppose Mercury takes T1 time to complete one revolution. Venus takes T2 time to complete one revolution. Earth takes T3 time to complete one revolution. In same way, Mars takes T4 time to complete one revolution. T1, T2, T3, T4 are the time periods of the concerned planets. Time periods of planets. यहाँ तक समझ में आया? सो अब बोलते हैं यहाँ पर कि जो टाइम पीरियड होगा किसी एक प्लैनेट का वो प्रोपोर्शनल होगा क्यूब ऑफ सेमी मेजर एक्सिस. इन दिस वे स्क्वायर ऑफ टाइम पीरियड टेकन बाय मर्करी T1 was the time period of Mercury, T2 was time period of Venus. So if I will replace proportionality sign, then there comes a constant k. K is constant. So what will be the value of k? T square. अगर ये यहाँ शिफ्ट हो जाएगा तो k is T square divided by a cube. Constant means जो चेंज ना हो. T is different for each planet, A is different for each planet, T is different for each planet, A is different for each planet, but division of square of T and cube of A is always a constant. It will not change whether you are taking Mars as a planet, whether you are taking Earth as a planet, whether you are taking Mercury as a planet. That means and this is a table where A is the semi-major axis, and t is the time period in years, age in 10 to power 10 meter. That means this is 5.7 into 10 to power 10. This is 0.24 years. And the k is the ratio of t squared upon a cube. So for Mercury, semi-major axis is 5.79 into 10 to power 10. The time period of revolution of Mercury is 0.24. And when the ratio was calculated, it becomes 2.95. When we take Venus as a planet, so semi-major axis of the planet is 10.8. The time period of revolution of the Venus around the Sun is 0.615, and the ratio of the square of t with the cube of a, the result was exactly 3. In case of Earth, the semi-major axis is 15 into 10 to power 10 meter. The time period of Earth is 1 year. We know 365 days. And in this case, k was found 2.96. There is data of a, there is data of t, and in every case you can see that k is nearly constant. 2.953, 2.96, 2.98, 3.08, 2.98, 2.98, and for the other two the data were 2.99 and 2.99. Based on this data, I have drawn this figure. So A1 is 5.79 into 10 to the power 10, A2 is 10.8, this A2 is 10.8, this A3 is 15, this A4 is 22.8 into 10 to the power 10. So this was the third law of Kepler, law of periods, and it explains that the theory behind the motion of the planets. And according to this theory, planets are moving on different elliptical orbits. If we take the ratio of square of time period with the cube of semi-major axis, then it will give you the same result each time, whether you are taking as a planet, or Venus as a planet, or Earth as a planet, or Mars as a planet, or Jupiter as a planet, k will not going to change.